Good morning and welcome back to the channel. Many of you will remember this bike from this video. जी हाँ, I had done a delivery video of this bike and this finally time मिला इस बाइक पे वीडियो बनाने का. तो चलिए इस बाइक का वीडियो स्टार्ट करते हैं. And like always, stick till the end of the video because I'll tell what are the modifications which I'll do to suit my need and better to my taste. So yeah, let's start. So like normal, this is the clutch, side light ka switch on, and high beam, low beam, pass button, all basic stuff, engine kill switch, and distance, and that's the ignition button. Since it's BS6, always on headlamps. Cluster looks something like this. It gets a small button to change between trip A and trip B. So that's the front tire. So it comes with normal halogen bulbs, and these are the clip-on handlebars. Conventional forks in the front. The tank is 13 liters. That's the beautiful parallel twin engine. In the rear also you have normal halogen bulbs. This bike also boasts of its dual exhaust system, which we will hear in a few seconds. It has twin gas-charged shock absorbers at the rear. That's your rear tire. 240mm rear disc brake and 320mm front disc brake with dual channel ABS. It also has dual throttle cables. In the cooling department, the engine comes with an oil cooler, dual horns as well. And this is how you open the fuel tank of the motorcycle. The seat is wide enough and quite comfortable. The best is this thing. It really protects your knee from the heat of the engine, and it is a lot. Now coming to the main thing, exhaust note. Overview done, and after listening to the exhaust note, there's only one more thing left to do. Let us ride the motorcycle. Royal Enfield Continental GT 650 twin. So how was the new camera angle? Let me know in the comment section below if you liked it or not, or if you found this camera angle something new. इसे आप लक कहें या क्या मुझे पता नहीं, बट आज ही बारिश स्टार्ट होनी थी. एनीवेज द वीडियो गोज़ ऑन. बारिश हो या धूप, आपके लिए वीडियोस मैं ज़रूर बनाऊंगा. इसी बात पे इस वीडियो को शेयर ज़रूर करना. Talking about the bike, just listen to that parallel twin engine. It sounds so good. I can literally ride this bike all day just to listen to that exhaust note. And the engine itself is so responsive as well. Keeps you engaged all throughout the ride. I think I have mentioned this earlier that the GT650 is one of my favorite motorcycles, and I'm trying my best to give an unbiased review about it. So what can I say about this motorcycle now? Chalo, let's start with the engine. It's smooth, delivers power when required, sounds amazing, it's well refined. Holding the engine together is the chassis, which just complements the engine. It's very well structured and allows you to use the potential of this engine up to your riding experience. With all this power and amazing chassis, we have to be able to stop this bike when and where required, and this bike does that very well with its dual channel ABS and its slip and assist clutch. Talking about the clutch, it's light enough and the gear shifts are smooth and precise. The bike originally came with Pirelli tires, which are amazing. I think now Pirelli tires are not available in India, and honestly I do not know which are the best options for this particular bike anymore. The suspension is quite comfortable for this type of a bike. It's like a perfect match between comfort and enough stiffness for the corners. The build quality and fit and finish, at least on this particular motorcycle, is really good. At a seat height of 793 mm, this bike is very user friendly as well. Now let's move on to some of the downsides of this particular motorcycles which I encountered. There is a lot of wind blast without a windscreen, so I would recommend you to get a short visor, for I feel it would make a difference. Another concern is with the weight of the motorcycle, and it is evident. The bike is heavy, but if you're used to heavy bikes, it's going to be easy for you. If you're not, well, you have to learn some of the tips and tricks to get used to it and deal with it. Depending on whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, the next point will be a beneficial one or a downside. It is, wherever you go with this bike, it just grab attention of each and every one, and you will have someone or the other come up to you to talk about it. So yeah, another thing is sitting position, which you all would be interested in. So if you all sit like this in front close to the tank, you can pretty much sit straight, like there's no pain on the wrist and no back pain at all. But if you want to cowl and like sit behind like in a sportier way, you might experience some pain in your wrist, but that's about it. And another thing which you might also be slightly uncomfortable with is the fact that it doesn't have a gear shift indicator. So if you are a new rider, तो आपको वो गियर याद रखने में थोड़ा तकलीफ होगा, but after some time you'll get used to it. But this exhaust note will keep you entertained on all your rides for sure. So with the ride done, now let's move to the last part of the video. That is, also this is a bit weirdly placed. Like look at the stand ka thing. You either have to go behind or underneath here, and you have to figure it out where that is. So yeah, moving on to the last part of the video, that is modifications. So for modifications, I would say, oh yeah, it's a head turner for sure. Everyone will just turn and look at you and the bike. So yeah, coming back to modifications, I would like to keep it simple on the bike because it is a retro classic bike. So firstly, I would do a tail tidy over here at the back, and then bar end mirrors. He had done it, but uske wo side ka mirror gir gaya, so yeah, he'll redo it, no problem there. In future, full fairing over here, I'll put a picture on top over here on the screen, so the bike would look something like that, and a cowl behind. Also essential mods, like these were all aesthetic mods. Essential mods, I would say that this sum guard, I think that is a must. It needs a sum guard because engine pura yahan pe exposed hai to the front tire, and this is also needed. Plus what else, yes, these come from the company and they are very helpful because the engine does heat up a lot, especially in traffic. These conditions, it's perfect. But this, he has put additional, this guard and this guard on both sides, I think. Yeah, it's on both sides. So ye bhi additional hai and this is also additional. So yeah, that's about it for the modification part. Oh yeah, in future, Guruk Sevak, I think I'm pronouncing it right. Guruk Sevak exhaust is just too good for this motorcycle. I mean, it just sounds amazing. So those were the mods. I usually would recommend you to put a tank grip over here, but on chrome I don't think how it will look. It won't look that good. So I don't know, that depends on you if you want to put it and damage your chrome or like be a hindrance of your chrome, but that would also help. And yeah, also if you are a skinny guy or a skinny not so fit guy, this bike taking off the stand, you will require a lot of effort. For me it is easy because I ride a Himalayan, so I'm used to weight now. But if you're new at this maneuver you'll take time to get used to it. But yeah, other than that, this was my video on the Royal Enfield Continental GT650 Twin, one of my absolute favorite bikes, and I'm lucky enough that one of my friend owns one and I can just ask for him to go for a spin on it. So yeah, GT650 and Amoghhh, aka AmgK, signing off at this beautiful location. See you in the next video. Take care and peace out.
Bonus.
Please subscribe, whatever.